Let's make a video about sugar. Sugar. Is sugar acidic or alkaline? If you don't know what those things are, it's on a pH scale. pH scale alkaline, good, acidic, bad. So let's say I used to do hot tubs. So if you have something that's too acidic, you need to put something that's alkalinic in the hot tub to bring the pH back up, because all pathogens live in that acidic range. So pathogens meaning disease, anything that you get that's a disease lives in the acidic range. Okay, you start eating alkalinic foods, then you're doing good. Okay, so it says sugar and artificial sweeteners are highly acidic foods, which is one of the reasons the consumption of sweets has recently been linked to so many health ailments. Here's a range of foods from the highly acidic pH 2 to the highly alkaline pH 10. We are aiming to eat foods which are high on the pH scale above pH 6. Okay. So what is the pH of sugar? Okay. So sugars and molasses maintain a near neutral pH of 6 to 7. Under even slightly acidic conditions, sucrose undergoes inversion through acid hydrolysis into equal amounts of glucose and fructose. So it says pH of sugar is generally neutral, which is not good. Near 7. However, raw sugar is slightly basic. That's terrible. And white sugar and brown sugar are both slightly acidic. Not good. Sugar and artificial sweeteners are highly acidic foods, which is one of the reasons why the consumption of sweets has recently been linked to so many health ailments. So let's just read the article. You want to read the article? Let's read the article. If I turn my Wi-Fi on. So, inflammation. Typical anti-inflammatory nutrition plan is like 7.4 alkalinic. So anything pretty much below 7.4 alkalinic is inflammatory. So basically it means your body's having a pH reaction to the pH. It's having a reaction to the acid, and it's not good because we need to have alkaline. So pretty much what that means is your body's going to be giving up some sort of acidity that it has naturally to that molecule or whatever. And because chemistry, everything's trying to find its neutral. It'll give and take. So it's like math and chemistry, blah blah blah. Okay, a typical so blah blah blah. On the other hand, so typical anti-inflammatory nutrition plan like 7.4 alkaline, on the other hand, contains lots of fruits, greens, and veggies, which are more alkaline or base in nature, therefore reducing the risk of disease, low energy, and cancers, etc. While the human body needs to remain on the slightly alkaline side of neutral, 7.4, it is important to remember that it's all about a balancing act. That doesn't mean you can have acid. That doesn't mean, it's not what that should mean. If you strive for a low acidic diet for your health and eat only alkaline foods, your body can actually become too alkaline or a state of alkalosis. This can lead to a host of other symptoms ranging from lightheadedness to confusion. Your body's fine. It'll be fine. If you eat fruits and vegetables every day, your body, you're not going to go, oh, your body isn't going to go, oh no, I've got alkalosis. That's like, you can only probably get alkalosis if you, something that's really high and really alkalinic, I think is like, there's like some minerals and salts that are like super duper, and it's like, you can get sick from it being like way too high up. Like, alkaline batteries are made out of, what's that stuff? Anyways, yeah, it's made out of lithium, right? And lithium is super alkalinic, but that's like super duper high. It's like you have to go out of your way to eat something like that alkalinic. When, you know, that's like something that's, you know, yeah, you'd have to, that's something that's super processed to be able to go into a state of alkalosis, in my opinion. Okay, this can lead to a host of other blah blah blah. Many foods that you might think would be acidic, like lemons and limes, are actually alkaline because once metabolized. So it's always like, I always hear people saying like, but it's acidic, it's acidic. Okay. So it's important to take into account which foods are acidic versus alkaline after they are metabolized, as that's what matters to the body. Sugar and artificial sweeteners are highly acidic foods, which is the reason that consumption of sweets has recently been linked to so many health ailments. Oh, what do you know? Basically, sugar is just poison. It's just poison. Okay, here is a range of foods that are highly acidic to highly alkaline. We're aiming to eat foods that are high on the pH scale, above 6. Note how pH 1 to 5 are foods that are mostly processed foods. Look how pH 10 are the king of all healthy foods. Move away from these. Highly acidic vinegar. Don't be just eating vinegar. I've tried it, just, you know, because people are like, oh, you should try it. You should try it. It ain't good. It's not good for you. So, I mean, I already knew that, but I was sitting there going, well, maybe your body converts it into something, because that's what I knew. I knew that your body might convert it into something that it can use, but turns out no. So just don't. Highly acidic sodas, energy drinks, carbonated water, sweets, cakes, etc. Basically, I cut out soda, energy drinks, carbonated water, as much sweets as I possibly can, and sometimes cakes. You know, I mean, a little bit. But what's the worst is like, basically everybody, every time you like go to somebody's house and they go, oh, can I get you something to drink? And I always go, oh, I wonder what they're gonna give me, because it's like always carbonated water, some bubbly water, and I'm sitting there going, no, I just drink water. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to anybody, but carbonated water is not any better. It's not good for you. So I'm sitting there going, no, I'm good. And you know, and I just bring like a giant water bottle full of lemon water everywhere. And if you actually knew me, straight up, that's literally what I'm like. I'll drink like 3 or 4 like 64 ounce water bottles of alkalinic water a day. Feel great. Stay hydrated. Okay. I won't. Yeah. Because I've just been losing weight, staying away from all this stuff. It just falling off. The weight just falling off because this stuff's so bad for you. So, okay, medium acidity, alcohol, coffee, tea, cheese, milk, yogurt, distilled water, chocolate, flours, roasted nuts, beef, pork, wheat, pastas, pastries, breads, crackers. Basically, I cut out alcohol, coffee, tea. I still eat cheese and milk, but actually not really milk. Um, I eat yogurt very rarely. Distilled water, pretty much sometimes. Chocolate, no. Flours, yeah, I have some of that. Roasted nuts, sometimes I cut out a lot of nuts. I eat plenty of beef. I don't eat any pork. Wheat, yeah, I don't know. I just like maybe a burger bun. I don't really care about that. Pastas, I'm not big on the pastas right now. Pastries, pretty much no. That's just all sugar. Breads, I don't know what they mean by breads. Crackers, I don't know. Most, because breads could be, you know, bread can be good, bread can be bad. Whatever kind of oil they're using in it, that's pretty much what you gotta look at. If they're using like soy bean oil, because that's basically what like bread is. It's just like fried. It's basically fried flour. All the little holes in it is just because it's like you're like deep frying flour from the inside out. It sounds weird, but that's what it is. So move towards these: low acidity, fresh fish, beans. I don't know about beans necessarily, because beans always have pork in them. They always have pork and beans. So I don't know. Watch out for the beans. And then so coconut, real good for you. Brown rice, not so good for you. Just stick to white rice. Coconut milk, I don't know. Wild salmon, really good for you. Wild oats, really good for you. Cooked spinach, don't overdo the spinach. Because you can get, if you're eating really clean, you don't want to be eating too much greens, like really dark greens, because I was doing like super dark greens, like tons and tons of it, and I started getting gout. I started getting gout problems. It's just too. There's I had a vitamin K overload. There's like 100,000% of your vitamin K you can get from like some spinach, and I was overdoing it by just eating tons of spinach. I was eating like tons of salads. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna eat salads. I ate too much salads, and then I started getting gout. So just because it's still kind of low on the pH scale. It's a 6, so it's not really that great. So it's low acidity, but it's still acidic. So you gotta watch out for that. Neutral, clean water, 7. That's good. Add a little bit of lemon, that'll pop that up to like an 8, 9. That's still healthy for you. Low alkalinity: apples, almonds, tomatoes, mushrooms, olives, pineapples, strawberries, bananas, cherries. I eat my weight in cherries. Yeah. So let's see. Medium alkalinity: avocados, lettuce, celery, peas, sweet potatoes, blueberries, pears, grapes, kiwis, beets, melons, mangoes, papaya. Pretty much I'll eat 100% of all those things. I just love all those things. Okay, so highly alkaline. Spinach. I just watched that. That might just be. It's just how your body actually. Anyways, I already said it. Broccoli, kind of same thing. You can overdo the greens a little bit sometimes. Artichoke, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflowers, cucumber, carrots, seaweed, asparagus, kale, most greens, onions. Yep, so that's good. So one indicator of the body becoming too acidic is an increase in respiratory rate. In fact, if your body is too acidic, you won't be able to hold your breath for more than 20 seconds. Try it. The most common pH test is a urine test. While you can test your own urine using pH litmus test paper, it's more accurate and recommended if you have a doctor to do a urine test for you. Think natural, eat natural, and don't get SAD. SAD stands for um, sugar something disorder. Um, so being addicted to sugar and flour is not an emotional eating disorder. It is a biological disorder driven by hormones and neurotransmitter that fuels sugar and refined carbohydrate cravings, which can lead to uncontrolled overeating. So it's basically like if you have any sugar, and it's like they put it in all like fast foods and stuff like that. Doesn't matter if you're getting a burger or you're getting whatever. They want to put it in there, so it's like they put a ton of it in McDonald's. It's like, why would you need to eat 2 or 3 burgers when you go to McDonald's to be satisfied, and then a large soda, large fries? You just like you go there and you just eat and eat and eat and eat. Same thing with Taco Bell. I don't know what it is. They put so much sugar in it that you just doesn't matter how much you eat. You just want more. It's because of the sugar. So it spikes your blood sugar and makes you crave more of it, and so you want to have more sugar. And it's makes you. It's basically like cocaine. So it says the sugar lit up the addiction center in the brain, just like the sky on the 5th of November. Think cocaine, cookies, morphine, muffins, and smack energy drinks. I mean, standard American diet. That's what SAD stands for. Okay, tends to be highly acidic, containing lots of processed sugars, processed foods, sugars, meats, dairy, grains, fast food, coffee, and sometimes alcohol. Coffee is acidic. You don't really want to drink coffee. There's like low acidic versions of coffee. If you have to have coffee, I would cut out caffeine altogether because it messes with your hormones. I didn't know this until after I just quit it. That like it's the same as like it messes with your hormones the same way sugar does. It's like spikes your hormones, and so it's like basically it's like delayed reaction sugar. Like, so just cut it out. It's like basically like it's like sugar that like sticks around for way too long and then you crash. It's just like this stuff's poison, bro. Okay, so just kick the habit. It takes like 3 weeks to make a habit, and so you can pretty much kick caffeine in like 3 weeks. People will say, "Oh man, it's gonna take you longer." Blah blah blah. Just if you can't kick it in 3 weeks, I mean, like if you don't have enough self discipline to kick something in 3 weeks, or just something in general, you gotta figure out why. So for me, I was having this conversation today with my son. If you basically if you want to cut out caffeine, maybe go to bed earlier. Maybe you're staying up too late and you need to get some more rest. There's ways that you can get around, that kind of thing. It's like, oh, I can't get rid of caffeine. Can't get rid of caffeine. Well, maybe if you actually got some sleep, maybe go to bed on time. If you really do, I mean, like, that's what I end up doing. I can stay up a little bit later and still kind of get my stuff going. But that's just, some people just run on a little bit less sleep. I can do it. And I work construction. So you should be able to, like, and also it's like, oh, I just need the sugar because my body just craves it so badly, and you don't understand, and blah blah blah. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. Even though you don't even have to have a license to be a nutritionist. You just say I'm a nutritionist, and you're a nutritionist, right? So I just have an opinion. Okay, so I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but if you're spiking your sugars all the time, you're gonna crave more sugar. It's like you gotta stop spiking your sugar, and you won't crave more sugar. Just eat some healthier, like more fatty foods foods with like more fat and more salt in it, that will actually curb your cravings. That's what, our body's natural cravings will, craving suppressor stops when you have enough fat and salt. So just like, you know, start there. Add a little bit more salt and fat to your foods, and a little less sugar, and start there. And maybe you can start backing off of your sugar. Stop drinking something weird with your every single meal. Don't drink a soda every single time you have, some people are like, oh, I can't have tacos without a Coca-Cola. Don't be doing that. Just drink some water with lemon in it, and just try it. Just try it. Your gut is gonna thank you. You're gonna have a healthier gut. And it's just like, just cut the sugar. Cut it, please. Some people say this is my only vice. It's just it's nothing else. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Nothing. But I want my sugar. But you know what? Glutton is a sin. You can't stop. You can't. This thing has got a hold of you. You got to start somewhere. So if you have some better habits, like I said, maybe go to bed a little bit earlier. Start drinking more water during the day. It doesn't hurt to get some physical activity. Maybe get some sun. I would recommend getting a little activity going as much as you can, really, going for those walks. And then maybe if you get really snacky, here's what I do. I just keep fruit in the car. I got cherries going. I don't know, I've had all kinds of fruit in the car. I've had plums, oranges, cherries, apples, pears. Dude, I got a fruit stand in my car. Because if I'm on the road, if I'm in traffic, blah, blah, blah. So, it's like, you eat some fruit, you just feel so much better. Maybe you get a little bit too much sugar in the blood for some people, and they can't handle that kind of too much fruit sugar, and that might spike you too. But for me, it's like, you can eat that kind of sugar, and it's not the same as processed sugar. It's alkalinic. For me, I think it's a no-brainer. You should just, if you just craving sugar, you should be heading for those. Pretty much just don't eat anything at a 7-Eleven. You should be fine. Just anything on the shelf at 7-Eleven. You don't want the MSG. You don't want you know what I mean? You don't want all they got is sugar drinks and MSG food. And then fried food. So just pretty much don't even go. Just don't even go. And eat more I would recommend actually Mexican food. There's a Mexican food place everywhere. They always have tacos. They always have something. And most Mexican food is legit. It's got pretty much everything. Everything's it doesn't have a bunch of processed this and that in it, technically. So just don't get anything that's fried in there, or just tons and tons of cheese. And you get steak. You go to Chipotle, you get the steak burritos. The reason why I said white rice, not the brown rice, you can look into that. Look into why white rice and brown rice. Brown rice is kind of a scam. You don't want it. You want the white rice. So it's not good for you. It's like, oh, it's a health thing. It's not. It's a scam. It's actually spikes your blood sugar. It's not good for you. So anyways, that was my rant. So anyways, love y'all.